It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, it's a brand new day, brand new week, and the last day of September 30th, the Geno Jones Show. Hey, I'm coming to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. right now live in Los Angeles. Tell everybody you know to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. Subscribe, share, screen grab, or some people say rip the video. Screen grab about 30 seconds of the monologue. It could be a minute, it could be 90 seconds, it could be 2 minutes, it could be 3 minutes, it could be 5 minutes, hell, it could be the whole damn show. Screen grab, rip some of the video, let's make it go viral. Binge watch all my back episodes, and please, in my best James Brown voice, please leave your comments in the comment section and spread the word. So, guess who's got a birthday beginning tomorrow? Yes, the Geno Jones Show live 5 nights a week or 5 days, depending on where you're watching and what time it is, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. The Geno Jones Show turns 4 years old the month of October, starting tomorrow. How about that? So a programming note, so a week from today, there'll be no live show. There are going to be some little special YouTube short drop-ins, but officially no live show. There's going to be a special, a birthday break for the show that will actually start on this Friday. So no live show this Friday, October 4th. So live show today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then we come back live on Friday, October 11th. And then we'll be off to the races, okay? So just want to give you a heads up. So let's get it started off. Today, September 30th, the last day of the month. Celebrating a birthday today, my man T-Pain, singer, rapper, producer T-Pain. 39 today, almost a big 4-0, almost a big quattro. Slim, lead singer from the group R&B group, the 90s R&B group, 90s, and they had some hits in the 2000s. Then he went solo, but Only You, it had the remix with Blige on there, that Bad Boy remix. So Slim, the lead singer of the R&B group 112, repping the ATL Atlanta. Slim is 46 today. R&B legend. Sister is Bad. She was an R&B really superstar in the 80s and 90s. Love Under New Management, Baby Be Mine, Ain't Nothing in the World, Ain't Nobody Like You, and Come Share My Love. One Alicia Michelle Howard. You're saying, okay, hold on, Gene. Alicia Michelle, sister, she do nails in her house, right? She do nails in her house, and they braid in the garage, and they sell weed on the right on the porch. No, not that Alicia. That's a different Alicia. Alicia Michelle Howard is Miki Howard. She is 64 today, from the south side of Chicago. Then she moved out to L.A., but she's still a Chi-Town sister. Shout out to my girl Miki Howard, one of my favorite singers of all time. Speaking of one of my favorite singers, R&B, 70s R&B star, gospel legend, gospel icon, and this woman, she brought into the world, I say, the greatest singing voice of all time. Cissy Houston, Whitney's mother. Cissy Houston is 91 today. Happy birthday, Queen Mother Cissy. May God continue to bless and have favor on you. Wow, Cissy Houston, 91 today. And on a sadder note, rest in peace, rest in power, rest in paradise, R.I.P., all that. To Dikembe, NBA legend, Dikembe Mutombo. No. That was his signature, because he was one of the all-time leaders in block shots. Was even blocking Jordan's shot for a long time. Mike finally got him once, but he would try to come in there and dunk on Mike, and he would be like, "Get out of here." No, Michael, no. And just a great a legendary defensive player of the year, like 4 times in the NBA. Really just a great brother. But he was a legendary player, but an even better person. He opened up hospitals, his homeland, the Congo. He is a native of the Congo, and he opened up a hospital there, and I believe he opened up other hospitals on the continent of Africa. Just anybody that's ever met Dikembe Mutombo would tell you he is just a good dude. Was only 58. Apparently he had brain cancer. I had no idea. I hadn't even heard that he was sick. In the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame, so rest in power, rest in paradise, rest in peace, Dikembe Mutombo. All right, so, hey, listen, shout out to everybody watching me live. Feel free, listen, you can start a conversation, you can join the conversation, you can ask me a question. If you want me to shout you out, if you're watching in the hair salon or the barber shop, maybe you're in the nail salon, maybe you're at work, you got your little earbuds in, maybe you're about to catch a flight, you're at your gate. You could be out anywhere. You know, maybe your washer and dryer broke down, so you had to go to the laundromat. Man, when was the last time you went to the laundromat? Man, I haven't gone to the laundry. I used to hate that. I know my mother's white. I used to hate it. And I'm the oldest, and I got 2 younger sisters, and I'd have to go. And that little wire basket that you could put groceries or laundry in, man, we had to walk about almost 6 blocks to get to the laundromat back in the day. Then you had to wait, then you had to fight with people and wait to get, because you got a lot of clothes, so you got to get enough washers. And then the hardest part wasn't necessarily getting like the washers, it was getting the dryers. It used to drive me crazy. I guess I should seek therapy about that, right? I should get some help anyway. So wherever you're watching me, it doesn't matter. I appreciate you watching, and please spread the word, tell everybody to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. I've got a goal to get 1,000 additional subscribers. I'm approaching 1,000 subscribers. So in 4 years, beginning tomorrow, once again, tomorrow, or depending on if you're watching me live, tomorrow, Tuesday, October 1st, the month of October, the Geno Jones Show turns 4 years old of doing a show 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, except for the times when I take some time off for vacation or whatever. Maybe if there's, sometimes we do some maintenance in terms of installing new equipment. And we got a lot of big things coming up to be part of the 4th birthday, the 4-year anniversary of the Geno Jones Show all month long. It's going to be amazing. But once again, no live show, but all next week. However, so I went from 0 subscribers to approaching 1,000, but I want an additional 1,000 new subscribers, so that could be the birthday present for the show. I qualify now to be a YouTube partner, but with an additional 1,000 subscribers, then that'll allow me to get that big YouTube bag. I want to get that Club Shay Shay YouTube bag. I want to get that All the Smoke bag, because shout out to the brothers. So it's a podcast, but they also put it up on YouTube. Steven Jackson and my man Matt Barnes, they played in the NBA. Steven Jackson was an all-star. I don't know, did Matt make it one year? I don't think Matt Barnes, but he was one of the better defensive players in the NBA. And they really, shout out to you brothers. You brothers have grown a lot. I'm a fan of your work, of your podcast. So shout out to you. And I'm not a jealous person. I don't get Jay, but man, shout out. Y'all got Vice President, soon to be President-elect Kamala Harris. All right, shout out to you on that. All right, so we're working on, shout out to Vice President Harris and her team, from Michael Tyler to Julia, I believe Hammelberg. Julia, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm going to send you this episode so you'll see it, and if I got it wrong, you'll let me know, right? So shout out to Vice President Kamala Harris, soon to be President-elect Kamala Harris. All right, before I get out of here, first of all, I'm going to come back to soon to be President-elect Kamala Harris, but congratulations, Selena Johnson. I know she's repping the ATL, I believe now, but originally, Selena Johnson, South Side of Chicago sister. She has released her brand new single. It is called Black Balloon. It is a tribute to her dad, R&B and blues legend. As a matter of fact, he's in the Blues Hall of Fame. Syl Johnson from the 60s. He was a big R&B and blues star in the 60s. He did a song. So actually, he was the first one to do this song, Take Me to the River. Al Green remade it. I think Usher redid it. A lot of folks redid it, but actually, Syl Johnson was the first person to write and record Take Me to the River. So Selena, his baby girl, Selena Johnson's got that brand new single, a tribute to her dad called Black Balloon, and a brand new album called Legacy. Speaking of new, Miss Mary J. Blige has got a new album called Gratitude. It's coming out on November 15th. We mentioned that last week. We also mentioned last week that Mary J. is about to go on tour, but I didn't have the dates in the cities. Well, guess what? I've got the dates, most of them. I'm not going to go through all of them, but like the major cities. So the tour is going to begin January 30th, like 2025, like in a couple months. So it's going to begin in Greensboro, North Carolina on January 30th. Then, let's see, she's going to be in Atlanta on February 3rd. She's going to be in Charlotte, February 6th. She's going to be in New Orleans on Valentine's Day. Oh, man, wouldn't that be hot? That would be fire to see Mary J. in New Orleans on Valentine's Day. I don't know what day of the week it is, but that would be fire. So she's going to be out in L.A. March 1st. She's doing 2 nights in San Francisco, March 7th, then 8th. Chi-Town, Chicago, 312-773-708-847. Get ready, because she's coming to the to the United Center. It's going to be on March 14th. Detroit City, get ready. March 19th, Mary J. Blige coming to the Detroit. March 26th, she's going to be, March 26th, she's going to be in D.C., Washington, D.C. She's doing Detroit. March 19th, she's going to be in D.C. March 26th. And Madison Square Garden, New York City, stand up, because your homegirl, Mary J. Blige, coming home on April 10th. Oh, that's going to be, that's going to be crazy. Mary J. at Madison Square Garden. So you got Neo and Mario. They're going to be her opening acts. Get ready for that. Once again, shout out to everybody. Hello to my number one fan, my executive producer. My mother's watching. Hello, Mother. I love you. I will be talking to you after the show. And before I get out of here, before I wrap it up today, for the MAGA-loving black folks, and specifically to the brothers in the barbershops, with some of the sisters in the hair salon and hair and nail salons too that's on this MAGA-ish. I want you, because you can find it. So your boy Orange Hitler talked about how that he wants to have one day of like this extreme police violence to end all this violent crime in the cities. Now, when he talks about violent crime in the cities, he's talking about cities that's got a large population of black people, like Chicago, like Detroit, like New York City, like Newark, like Philly, like Atlanta, like Houston, like St. Louis, like Memphis, like New Orleans, like LA. So because in Project 2025, the racist, sexist, misogynistic, white nationalist manifesto or blueprint, 922 pages, in Project 2025, one of the things they say that if Orange Hitler gets back in office, he's going to do, and I've been telling you this for about 2 years now, or well over a year. So well over a year. Orange Hitler wants to, and if he gets back in office, he's going to do this, and he just reaffirmed it over the weekend. He's going to militarize. So if you look in Project 2025, you'll see, just check like the index, militarized local police. That means, forget the local police, they ain't brutal enough. He's going to send in, basically, deputize the Marines, Army Rangers, the Army, National Guard, send in the U.S. military to end violence in these cities. So this weekend, he just talked about just one day, just allowing the police to have one really violent day. and make it, his words, make it real rough. If there's any violence of people, breaking in stores or vandalizing, just one day of really just let the police be rough and violent. He said, just for that one day. Actually, it'll be every day. But he always tells on himself. He said, and that would send a message, and that would end crime in the cities. That's what your man said. So for those black MAGA, or those who maybe I'll vote for Cornel West or Jill Stein, or maybe I won't vote at all, especially to my Gen Zers and my millennials, but everybody, but especially my younger brothers and sisters. Black Americans, since the invention of local police departments, which came out of something called slave patrols, that was created. You had these local law enforcement officers that were deputized and empowered to retrieve our African ancestors who were no longer enslaved. They were called slave patrols. Don't take my word for it. You can look it up, Google it. Slave patrols. America's police departments were born out of local, you have roughly over 18,000 local police departments, and the whole concept of local policing came out of America's slave patrols. And unfortunately, a significant number of police departments have a significant number of officers in their ranks who still have this ideology of supremacy over black people and brown people and people of color. And according to the FBI, this is not my opinion, the FBI, two reports, the FBI director, still in office, Christopher Wray, went in front of Congress and said that basically the biggest domestic terroristic threat is from white nationalism and white Christian nationalism, and that the FBI had noticed that white racist militias, far right white militias, your white nationalist militia groups, and other white nationalist groups, the Proud Boys, Oath Keepers, 3%ers, the Boogaloo Boys, all those that want a civil war, that there was evidence that they were making efforts to infiltrate and join in large numbers local, county, state law enforcement, police officers, and the U.S. military. Then this weekend, at one of his rallies, Orange Hitler openly talks about, the way that had we just need to let the police be really violent. Just one day of violence. I mean, make it rough, really rough on the criminals. And it would send a message, and it would end crime. That's what your man said. So who do you think this like modern day purge, you saw the movie Purge? So he wants to empower his, not even local police, because remember, he's going to send, and he said this, he's going to send the military, the National Guard, the Marines, Army Rangers, the Army, and National Guard, send the U.S. military to our large urban cities, those urban areas where crime is out of control and immigration is out of control. So he's going to unleash the military to be violent and really rough to end crime. Who do you think that violence is going to be inflicted upon? Who is it going to be extracted onto? My young brothers and sisters, my young millennial, my young Gen Zers, my young Generation Zers and millennials, and even us Gen Xers and baby boomers also. So, if you think, well, the economy was good under Trump, and these prices wasn't so high. Well, first of all, let me explain to you that your boy inherited Barack Obama's economy. Those 8 years when Barack, the stock market went from like 7,000 to what, close to 20,000, and now Joe Biden's got it up over 40,000. So Orange Hitler inherited an economy, and then your boy mismanaged COVID, and then we're losing like 800,000 jobs a month. Over 1.2 million Americans died, and hundreds of thousands of those people should still be alive, but because he mismanaged it, and he was too dumb and arrogant, and he was just stuck on stupid and on some racist BS, he was handed basically a blueprint and a playbook on how to deal with the global pandemic. President Barack Obama and his team had like a big old book. I don't know if it was 992 pages or 922 pages, but they handed him a handbook and a playbook how to deal with a global pandemic. And what did Orange Hitler do? He tossed it out because it was the Negroes. So if it was the Negroes, the Negro don't know nothing. That was his attitude. And people, many people watching me right now, somebody in your family, you lost a family member, a loved one, a neighbor, a church member, a co-worker, a fraternity or sorority brother or sister, an Eastern Star or Mason brother and sister, or somebody in your family, a biological sister or brother, or maybe your parents or grandparents, or a niece or nephew, because this jackass mismanaged the pandemic, saying, oh, it was nothing worse than a cold, and then it was going to disappear into thin air, and it was a Democratic hoax and all this, and telling people to inject Lysol and bleach and shine an ultraviolet, or we used to call it back in the neighborhood, like a black light, like you had black light posters, an ultraviolet light down your throat. Really? So your man has already said that he is going to unleash the police, which is not going to be your local police. It's going to be the U.S. military, the Army and the Navy, or definitely the Army Rangers and the Marines and the National Guard, for like a day, to allow them just to be as violent, really rough, to end crime, to send a message that will end crime like that. That's what he said. Don't F around and find out. I keep telling you. So Orange Hitler inherited Barack Obama's economy. And all he had to do, if he would have managed the pandemic, he'd have been good, unfortunately. But his arrogance and ignorance caused him to basically cause hundreds of thousands of Americans to die needlessly. Play games with slowing the draw with the making of the vaccines, and he wanted to take credit for it. Just like he put his name on that one $1,200 STEMI check that some of y'all are talking about it, which he didn't give you that STEMI check. Please understand that Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats in the House of Representatives and the Democrats in the Senate, he didn't even want to give the American people any stimulus money in the middle of COVID. Just wanted folks to die. But it was the Democrats that just fought his ass, and he didn't have any choice, because so many people were not just dying. You had like 800,000 at its peak. 800,000 people were losing their jobs a month. People were losing their homes, being kicked out of their apartments. So he had no choice but to allow the Democrats to give the American people some financial help during COVID. But he, like a 4-year-old, took a Sharpie, like a little 4-year-old writing on a wall, and scribbled his name on it. And some of y'all thought, yeah, Trump gave us a STEMI check. He didn't give you jack. He didn't give you shit. And I'm going to say it. I said it, and I meant it. I meant what I said. So you can excuse the language, but I meant what I said because he didn't give you nothing, not a damn thing, but grief and ignorance and death and destruction, and he wants to bring it back. So 36 days until Election Day, November 5th. However, it's already election season because in many states, early voting, as a matter of fact, we have votes in some states that have already been cast. Please, I'm going to end by, I'm going to repeat something I have been saying for about 2 years. That even Hillary Clinton, who I didn't know was a fan of this show, apparently must have been listening and watching one of my monologues. When I say this election is really not even about public policy, this election is a choice between your freedom and your oppression. It is a choice between your freedom and the freedom of your family and children and grandchildren, maybe the children and grandchildren that's yet unborn. A choice between your freedom and their freedom and your oppression and their oppression. Because your boy Owen Schittler has made it clear. Day one, even with Project 2025, he got like a 100-day plan. Well, they want to go right in, send the military into the city, send the Marines and the Army and the National Guard into the cities, and if there's any protesting, he's going to shoot to kill. He's going to issue a shoot to kill order. Yes, absolutely. He already asked his former defense secretary back in 2020 when you had people peacefully protesting the murder of George Floyd. Orange Hitler said, can't we just shoot them? His words to his defense secretary, Mark Esper, who said he is voting for Vice President Kamala Harris. So I'm not even trying to scare you. I am just trying to open your eyes. As my grandfather said, I'm trying to pull your coat. I want you to be awake. To quote the line from Spike Lee's movie, Do the Right Thing, wake up! Because it's for real. The oppression that they have for you is already printed out in a 922-page booklet, a blueprint, a handbook, the size of one of them old school Bibles that your great-grandmother used to have back in the day, with all the family's birthdays and birth certificates and death certificates. I think my mother still has one of those right now. Oh, yeah. All right, listen, let me get out of here. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. live in Los Angeles. Tell everybody to subscribe, share, screen grab, rip some of the video, make it go viral. Some of this monologue, please chop it up and put it up on every social media platform. Let's chop it up, make it go viral. I'm really serious, especially the last part of this monologue when I talked about what your boy Owen Schittler had to say at a rally this weekend about the violence that he wants to allow the police, the really rough treatment of people in America. Yeah, make that go viral. All right, subscribe, share, screen grab, like, binge watch all my back episodes, and please leave your comments in the comments section. Programming note, no live show. So basically all of next week up until next Friday, which will be October 11th. So there'll be a live show this week. Today, of course, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, no live show from Friday, October 5th through Thursday, October 10th. And then we'll come back live and in living color right here on the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel on that Friday, October. I don't know why I got March on my mind. Friday, that'll be Friday, March 11th, okay? All right, thank you, everybody, for watching. I appreciate it. Yes, and Mother, thank you for the conversation in the chat room. Anybody else, feel free to join the chat room. Even if somebody's already started the conversation, you can join it. or if you want to start a separate conversation, or if you got a question, feel free to jump in there and do that. Markel Bailey, he is the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show, the CEO of Designer Cuts here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro. Check him out on IG, on Instagram, Kel Be Cutting Up. KELBECUTTINUP, because Kel be cutting up. Allie Jones, she is the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check her and her Lexi Jones collection out on IG, on Instagram. Fashion designer. She is a future superstar fashion designer. Check out her Lexi Jones collection, LX.NCL_. LX.N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi _. And shout out to Mr. Bruce Gage, also wardrobe consultant and stylist for the show. You can check him out on Instagram. Check out his Mario Uomo collection. Mario Uomo, I know it sounds like it's spelled with a W, but it's not. It's an Italian word, so it's you. Mario Uomo collection and the Flyball collection on Instagram. Just type in, search on Instagram, Bruce Gage or Mario Uomo. That's M-A-R-I-O. M-A-R-I-O. Uomo is you. I know it's got the W sound, W sound, like W, what? But it's a U. It's an Italian surname. So U like umbrella, O like Oprah, M like Mary, O like opera. U-O-M-O. Mario Uomo and Flyball. You can also type in Flyball. But if you type in Mario Uomo, it'll come up, or Bruce Gage. Do that search on Instagram and check him out and check out his collections. Thank you, everybody, for watching. So if you missed any of this episode, go back and binge watch this and every back episode. And please leave your comments, and please share the episode on everybody's platform. Copy and paste the link in an email or text message. Share it on everyone's page. Tag everyone's page. Copy and paste the link and put it in a DM. Whatever you need to do in their messenger on Facebook. All of it. And we'll see you live Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. 5:30 Chicago, LA, live 3:30 p.m. Tuesday. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.